Hey, jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, October 14th. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can because I do need to get ready for work. As you can see, still in my jammies, but I did bother to brush my hair for you, so I hope you appreciate all the effort that went into the preparation for this video. Ha! Anyway, so, costuming, let's start there. Really haven't done much. But I have finished the hat, which you can see here. I cut off the skinniest portion of the necktie. I already had this little, this is from actually a pair of overalls from like, I don't know, 12 to 14 years ago. So yeah, whenever something like that disintegrates and I get rid of it, I take off things like buckles and things like that and put them in a bin. So I happen to have that on hand, and so the hat is, I hand sewed this all the way around, and the hat is ready to go. So success there. And then the jacket, as you can see, I removed the white top stitching here. Well, first I removed the pockets. You can still see where they used to be. I'm hoping that this line from where it used to be, this is 100% machine washable, so I'm hoping that when I wash it, that will disappear a little bit at least. I need to hand stitch close the two buttonholes I'm not going to use, and then replace these buttons, which I need to purchase buttons because they're supposed to be like metal buttons, and you know, if I'm going to go to the trouble of spray painting buttons, I might as well just buy some buttons because buttons aren't all that expensive. And let's see if I can work buttons into this sentence one more time. Buttons. Anyway, so this is where the placement where she wants the buttons. I need to get 8 like brass looking buttons. Plastic is fine as long as they look brass. I don't care. So I need to get those and put those in here. After I removed the pockets, I removed the top stitching on this seam right here because the jacket does not have it. Other than that, I really haven't done anything on the costuming other than go through my sewing patterns and look for one that had pants in the correct sizing. And I did find this, which I must have picked up at the thrift store at some point because it's marked 50 cents. But it looked like everything was in the package, so let's hope everything is in the package. All I'm really interested in is View A, which is a pair of elastic waist pull-on slacks. It does mention that you can use, it says lightweight denim, wool and wool blends, linen and linen blends. So I'm assuming that this kind of heavy flannel will be fine. This was actually from the apparel fabrics, and it's not shirting, so it's a little bit thicker than flannel shirting. Phoebe did, out of the ones I showed you, this is the fabric that she went with. So I don't have to dye anything, and I'll be taking the dye back and returning it when I go to get the buttons. So, so that's that with costuming. And I'm thinking actually that I might take one of the button or pockets that I removed, at least one if not both, and put them on the insides of the coat because the pants won't have any pockets, and that way she'll have a pocket that she can stick ID or you know, a wallet or something in, because this is a pretty big pocket. So I figure if I do one on the inside of each side of the coat, she'll have pockets. Next, this is my birthday month, and so I have started to receive birthday blocks. I've already shown you the one that I received a few weeks ago. I just got my second ones a few days ago. They're from Mary, and these are the 2 blocks, and they look perfect. So these are the 2 blocks that she sent. I love this one. I just love that kind of celestial fabric. I think I'm really going to have fun. This might be one birthday blocks quilt I actually make because the 2 years prior, I haven't done anything with any of the blocks from those years. But these, I just love this block so much that I really think I'm going to end up making this quilt. So I have a few more coming of those. As they arrive, I will show them to you. So what else? Been working on stuff for Project Linus. My meeting was this past Saturday, and I, for the first time ever, turned in 3 blankets that I made myself. Let me rephrase that. The first time ever where I've actually been going, where I didn't miss a few meetings or something, and so they were collecting over like a 2-month, 3-month period, which has happened in the past. But this time, between meetings, I finished 3 blankets. One of them the sideways shell, I started in June when I was on vacation, and just barely finished like the day after the Project Linus meeting in September. So that was the first one I finished. And then I did 2 granny square blankets, the red and black one that I've showed you guys, and the one where I took all the boy-friendly squares and made them into a 7x5 35 square blanket. So I will insert pictures of the finished ones with all the ends woven in and they're all washed and labeled. I will insert those pictures here. Next month, I hope to turn in this one, which I started Sunday, right before or during the Patriots game on Sunday. I dug through all of the remaining squares, which were all girl-friendly squares for the most part, and there was a ton of purple. Purple is my favorite color, so my intention was probably to do an entire, in fact I think I had at one time all the purples separated into their own bag to do a purple blanket. In this case, I've just decided from now on I was just taking as many as I could put into a blanket just to make a bigger one, because we're in need of bigger blankets. So I ended up going through them, and I had 51, which obviously wasn't going to work out to a blanket. So I ended up using 48 of those squares, and I turned that into a 6x8, or that's what I'm working on, is a 6x8, 6 rows of 8 squares, 6 columns that are 8 squares long. So, if that makes sense. So, during the football game, I actually got all of them sewn into their columns. So here's just a sampling of some of those. And already got started putting the columns together. So here we go. And I'll have, I have 2 rows like this one here that are all these exact same lavender squares. So those are going to go on each end. And there's purple going all the way. So basically there's purple, a shade of purple is bordering the entire blanket. I sewed all the squares together, and I'm sewing all the rows together with this, what was remaining of the amethyst red heart Super Saver yarn I had. Here's the problem. This is all I have left, and I'm pretty positive I'm not going to get the last 3 rows finished with that amount of yarn, because it does take a good amount of yarn. So this is a plea for help. If anyone here watching this video, if anyone has a partial skein or a skein of this Red Heart Super Saver in amethyst sitting around, I will gladly swap you another yarn for it. If there's a particular color you're looking for, let me know. I have a ton of cotton yarn, so if you're interested in any cotton yarn, I'd be more than happy to swap you double what you send me in cotton yarn. So just mention in the comment that you are that you have some of that amethyst that you can send me, and I'll PM you my address. You can send me my address. And I think that's it. It better be it, because it's almost 8 o'clock and I need to get ready for work. Actually, I purchased this fleece at Old Navy, no, sorry, at Savers, but it still had the Old Navy tags on it. It's Old Navy Performance Fleece, and it already had blanket stitching going all the way around. It was a blanket ready to use. Already had blanket stitching going around it, and rather than take that out, since it was a good thick, like, not even really like an embroidery floss, it was like almost a cotton crochet thread that was going all the way around it, so it was nice and sturdy. I just crocheted, I did half double crochets, kind of spread out, going all the way around so it would stay flat. And this is for the Linus Connection of Central Texas. And the only thing, I mean, I guess it's done. I mean, I could go around again, maybe with a navy, just with a single crochet, just to put a final border on it, I guess. You tell me what you think. But anyway, it's a good, I need to weave in the last little end here, but I was waiting to see if I was going to do more to it. The other thing I thought was maybe if I could, I don't know, find a patch or something to sew into one of the corners. That might be kind of fun. Even if it was just like an American flag or something. But, because being a solid blanket is just kind of boring. But I guess for a teenage boy, that might be okay. So, anyway, the border is, what is that color called? Shaded Dusk Ombre by Red Heart Super Saver. And I really like how it just kind of added a little more interest to it, having the different colors of blue instead of just being navy. Because I started out just doing navy and I was like, meh. And I have another one to do for that. But that one is almost ready to go. And actually I did that practically in a day, so that was really easy. With it already having that head start, I'll show you an example of what it looked like here. The only other thing I'm working on is the October swap. I really haven't gotten very far, but I really need to bust a move, so I've kind of gotten distracted with trying to use up all these damn granny squares. Let me actually show you what I have left. Do you remember the ginormous sack of granny squares that I got about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago? This is it. This is all I've got left. And some of them are very small. They must have been made from little remnants of yarn. And then I just have 3 of the regular that are all the same size. I just have 3 of these left. So 2 of that eggplant and 1 of like a bright green. So pretty darn good. I'm very excited. I'm almost done. Yay! And I guess that's it. I really have to go because I really have to get ready for work. I hope everybody has a great week and a crafty week, and I look forward to watching your videos. See you next week. Bye!